guys, Lauren here with Bizrok. In this week's video, I want to talk to you about your quarterly agenda and your quarterly meeting. Now, if you've ever done any sort of training with us, hopefully you had your first leadership meeting and we talked through goals and where we're going as an organization. For some of you, we did long-term planning and said, where are we going in 10 years? For some of you, that was like, okay, that's a little much. Let's start small. Where are we going in the next 12 months? Wherever you guys are in your business, that's a great first step for you. So I want to say congratulations. The next step, it's not just enough to have us come in and spend a day with you training and working through goals and where we're going as an organization. Your leadership team, hopefully we established a great leadership team, but your leadership team, while they are getting together every single week and you're doing a weekly leadership meeting, you also need to be meeting as a team on a quarterly basis. And, for those of you that are doing the weekly leadership meeting, you're probably meeting 60 to 90 minutes, depending on the size of your organization. Your quarterly meeting should at least be a half a day, which for some of you, you're like, okay, Lauren, if we meet for a half a day, what in the world are we going to cover? Like, what are we supposed to do in a whole half day? Like, that sounds like a lot of time. Well, you'd be surprised how fast the day goes. So whenever you do this, first of all, again, it should be every single quarter. You can either do it at the very end of the quarter or the start of a new quarter. Every practice is different, so I'll leave that up to you with your organization, what works best for your schedule. But every quarter, you want to have at least that half day scheduled off. And I like to call it your review and reset. So for your quarterly review and reset, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're reviewing the last quarter's goals. What were our goals over the last quarter? Are we on track or off track? Did we accomplish them? If we didn't, why not? What happened along the way? And you want to spend time strategizing and saying, gosh, did we have the right goals in place? Or did we maybe overreach? Maybe we shot for the stars a little too high and we didn't really create realistic, attainable goals. Whatever the case may be. The other side is you might review the last quarter goals and be like, wow, like we way exceeded our goals, right? Which is awesome. So if that's the case, then you reset and maybe you adjust your goals to be a little bit higher, a little bit more of a stretch for your organization. So wherever you are, you want to take that time as a leadership team and say, okay, what happened over the last quarter? I'll also take it a step further because you want to say, what did we do really well as an organization over the last quarter? And maybe what do we need to enhance? What kind of changes do we need to make as a team, as an organization, going into the new quarter? So it's really a review and a reset. During that time, you're also going to review different projects and the progress for those projects. Hopefully all of your projects have deadlines, even if it's just an estimated deadline, but you want to spend that time going through those. What projects do we still have outstanding? Where are we with those things? What do we need to do to achieve and accomplish? And then as you spend time resetting your goals, you want to reset for the new quarter. Now, part of your new quarterly goals is resetting projects. And anytime you establish a new project, or if you're carrying a project from last quarter to this quarter, you want to make sure there's a who attached to it. So you don't want to just create a project and throw it at the wall and hope that it sticks and hope that somebody follows through with it. You really want to say, okay, guys, who's going to own this project? Now, if you've heard me in the past, just because I say you own it doesn't mean it's all on you. The reality is it shouldn't just be on you. If you're owning a project, you're just responsible for carrying through with that project and making sure that it happens. Okay, so you need to get other people involved. However many who's you need to help you carry through with this project, that's totally fine. But one person should own each project. There's this saying in business, which is if everybody owns it, nobody owns it. So I know some of you are like, well, maybe two of us can own this project. Guys, trust me on this. Please don't assign two people to a project. One person should take accountability and say, all right, I will own this project. And they're ultimately responsible for making sure that it happens, okay? So as you're resetting your goals for the next quarter, again, you want to look back over the last quarter. What did we do in production and collections? How was our case acceptance? What did cancellations look like? We love to look at a rolling 3 within an organization, which is how do we do over the last 3 months? What was the average over the last 3 months? And then you can adjust your goals accordingly. and be realistic. Start thinking out loud and say, okay, we've got 2 weeks in the next quarter where we're totally shut down as a practice because we're renovating, or we're low on team and so we're actually gonna be closed. Maybe it's 4th of July week and everybody's taking vacations, whatever it is, but you want to, as a leadership team, start pre-planning, thinking through those things. Maybe you have an associate who's gonna be out on maternity leave. You guys should plan for that. By planning for that, then you can actually establish real concrete goals that are attainable and worthy to get out of bed every single day to fight to achieve. So guys, if you need help, reach out to us, ask for guidance. But most importantly, when you reset these goals, share them with your team, share them with your organization. Now, maybe you're not sharing the big numbers of revenue and collections, but you should be sharing what quarterly projects you have and how it impacts your team and organization. Also, one other bonus I'm going to give to you guys. Don't be afraid to establish a rock star quarterly goal and give your team the opportunity to enjoy it and have fun too. What I mean is, guys, over this next quarter, we've got a really big goal. I'm just going to be honest. Here's our goal. Over the next quarter, we want to hit 500,000 in revenue. Guys, that's awesome. It's a huge goal for some of you, right? Don't be afraid to share it with your team and say, guys, if we hit 500,000, we're gonna do a big party, and we're gonna have spouses involved and your kids are invited, and we'll do a pool party because it's running into the summertime. We'll do a cookout. Whatever it is, if you want to get your team's buy-in and get them really pumped and excited, get them involved. Find creative ways to allow them to be part of your goals. You'd be surprised. Your great team members, your rock stars in the organization, they're going to want to be a part of that, and they're going to help you achieve that because it impacts them too. So as always, guys, we look forward to seeing you and serving you soon.